Weyland-Yutani and the various companies within the Alien franchise have been obsessed with xenomorphs for hundreds of years in this series, and it makes no sense. I'm gonna get to why. A franchise that basically, in this storyline, in this timeline, started out as a CEO trying to find why humans were created, trying to find who the creators really were. We went from that to a bunch of companies competing over who gets a xenomorph, basically blitzing their way to death. We went from trying to find the meaning of life to death itself, all for an arms race for weapons. This is low IQ. This makes no sense. These companies are fucking daft. Now, I get it. Oh, it's the evil overlord company. We've seen this trope in every single freaking movie, every single sci-fi movie. We've seen it. It's a tired trope. I understand why it exists. We need the plot to happen. We need to find a way to have xenomorphs and humans interact. So, have a dumbass company who really is greedy as hell ambush every human in the story and manipulate events so that the xenomorphs come towards humans. I understand that. There are other ways to do it. Cough, cough. Woman in dark. There are other ways to bring aliens and humans into the forefront than just stupid-ass companies being obsessed with them. I'm just going to say that right now. But why do they really want the Xeno? Ask yourself this. Have you ever asked yourself, why does Weyland actually want them? The obvious choices for the answer are, okay, weapons. For our military or bioweapons, we can use them for medical uses because xenomorphs have very unique physiology and biology that we can use, and for profit. We can make money off of them, right? It always comes down to profit. In the Alien vs. Predator 2010 game, there's a very interesting insight into this. And I get it, it's just a video game from a series that's not even canon in the timelines, but Bishop Weyland says in an audio tape of his, their primary purpose behind capturing the xenomorphs at all cost is to exploit them and create weapons out of their biology so that humanity is the elite species in the universe. And it's not as much about the profit as it is that. But we exist in a world now. If that's still what Weyland-Yutani... It makes sense that that's what Weyland-Yutani's goal is now, right? They still want weaponry out of this, right? You have Wendy. Wendy exists in this world. You're never going to convince me that this company is so obsessed with the xenomorph when you have her, who literally is powerful enough to take on a xenomorph solo and beat it. She's faster and stronger than humans by like 100x, and she's way more intelligent. You have defied death. Let me be clear here. By having Wendy exist, you have defied death by being able to upload a human's consciousness into a robot body that cannot break. And you've created a perfect soldier or a scientist. You have a multifaceted being. And yet you're obsessed with a xenomorph? Now, granted, you can say, okay, but Weyland in this world doesn't know about her because it's a prodigy. She's a Prodigy creation. Prodigy is a competing company. They don't know. Well, I'm sorry to say, the cyborg that works for Weyland knows and figured it out in 2 seconds. By communicating with one of our AI bots who has a human consciousness uploaded, a kid, he was able to figure out who he was and manipulate him. So not only does he have this intel, but while even discovering that, oh my god, they were able to upload a human consciousness into a freaking synthetic body and make it powerful, even while concluding this, he's still obsessed with the xenomorph eggs. He still is begging this dude, in communication with him, get me a xenomorph egg and have it hatch and latch onto somebody and chest burst out of them. It'll put something in their body. He knows what he's talking to, which is literally a Wendy level being. A human mind put in a robot body. But he's still obsessed with the xenomorph egg. I don't believe this at all. You're never going to convince me that, oh, a serpentile, demon-esque alien species is better for my species than fucking Wendy level being. Let's move past Wendy, though. Let's move past the alien Earth. Maybe we can just say, oh man, they've retconned so much shit. Let's talk about David. Do you not think David is the perfect weapon? Intelligent, doesn't die, can't die, strong as fuck, fast as fuck. Is able to create things himself. Now you could say, oh, well, they didn't want to rely on AIs like David so much because it could be sus and risky, as we saw with David going berserk and rogue, right? AI is just a risky bet. You're telling me AI, which you're way more experienced with as a human race, is a riskier bet than them? Them, who literally you cannot control, who have acid for blood, who will start procreating en masse without your control, who don't think like an AI, they don't obey anything, they will just simply kill you, and you don't even know why. You can't predict their behavior. You don't know if they eat you or they just harvest you for other means. You don't actually know what they are truly or where they come from. And you're telling me he's a riskier bet than them. Are you fucking low IQ or what? Your entire company deserves to be burnt to the ground and bankrupted 10 times over for making a dumbass mistake like this, okay? And then you could say, okay, well, what about the black goo? That's one thing. We can take black goo from the xenomorph's body. We saw it in Alien Romulus. They found a xenomorph, Weyland, and they decided to experiment on it, and they found the pathogen from its body, from its biology. So they started using it, and they're like, okay, we can use it for medical uses. We can... You know what they were using this for? This is how stupid this company is. They were like, okay, we can use the pathogen and create miners, better miners to work in the mines without their lungs going berserk and without them dying of cancer. We can make workers and slaves better with the pathogen. That's their thinking. You're using this godlike substance to make better workers. It's the same thing with Blade Runner. Oh, we're gonna create a slave workforce with these replicants, right? It's such low tier thinking, in my opinion. You could search the entire star. I know, at least in Blade Runner, they were like, okay, we can take over planets and take over the entire universe. And this, are like, no, we're gonna create better workers in the mines. First of all, this also doesn't make any sense because the mutation risks of the pathogen that Weyland probably knows by experimenting on them far outweigh the medical benefits of a supposed potential breakthrough with them potentially curing humanity of its ailments. Okay? Besides, in the same universe, you have Wendy, who went from a cancer child to having her mind uploaded into a specimen body that can break a xenomorph in 3 minutes of fighting it and won't die. Now, you could say, okay, well, this is, again, Zaffy, this is a Prodigy creation, not Weyland. You're telling me Prodigy's the only one who knows how to do this? You're telling me that Weyland can't take the money they invest in spaceships going to find alien organisms? They can't grab that money and put it into some covert ops spies who can go into the Prodigy scientists' camps and find out what they're doing? You're telling me this is an impossibility? There are 5 corporations that are known to sabotage each other. I'm telling you, they're sabotaging each other every which way. I guarantee you the reason why the Weyland-Yutani ship fell in the first place is because one of these dumbass corporations sabotaged it. It's been teased that a sabotage occurred. You're telling me they can't use sabotage to find out Prodigy's secrets? How dumb do you have to be to not think they could do that? How dumb does a corporation have to be to not think that way? Instead of, oh, we have better slave workers with this alien pathogen. You fucking idiots! And then, oh, what about the weapons? Not only do you have hardware weapons, but you have bioweapons. You can have viruses that can infect people and make humans the dominant species in the universe. Against who? How many other... This is Star Trek? How many other alien species are there for you to dominate? How badly do you want to do this, Weyland? You idiots. Oh, we can make biotech. You have this dude who's already creating his own variants of different aliens. You're telling me with his superior intelligence he can't create for you a fucking organic virus if he wanted to? A bioweapon? Of course he can! You're just stupid! Not to mention, David is a soldier. You could create synthetics like him by the thousands and have them be your soldier army. He's faster, stronger, and more durable. We saw it in his fight with David, and we saw it in his fight with Walter, when the 2 synthetics fought in Alien Covenant. They're strong as fuck. And they're way more durable than humans. Not to mention Wendy! I'm gonna repeat it for the 7th time. Prodigy could do it. I'm telling you, Weyland could figure out a way to make her too. She killed a xenomorph in 3 minutes of fighting it, and has other abilities, like reading sound waves and detecting alien communications. She has that. Why not? When you have her, why would you stick with a xenomorph? It's like you have Prime Kate Beckinsale in the bed with you, but you're obsessed about thinking about when will Iris and Felicity call me back. What the fuck is wrong with you? You deserve to be thrown out a window and hit by an ice cream truck. Oh, but the xenomorph has special traits, Zaffy. Of course the company would want it. Well, acid blood? What the hell could humans possibly want this for? Oh, but what about their life cycle? The xenomorph has such a unique biology, their life cycle. Humans could maybe use it and retrofit it and reverse engineer it so we can make ourselves have a better life cycle, make ourselves immortal. First of all, that's fucking stupid. That doesn't make any sense at all. But regardless, you have cryogenic technology, okay? That was able to keep Ellen Ripley alive for like 5 decades or 6 decades or something. Her daughter became a grandmother. A granny while she was in cryosleep. And she didn't age. Ellen Ripley did not age. You're telling me we can't use this and retrofit it for other purposes to stop aging? But instead we're obsessed with this weird, disgusting, slimy species' life cycle when we already have this, and you're telling me we can't reverse engineer this into something? Not to mention, we uploaded a human consciousness into an indestructible robot body powered by a lithium-ion battery that can power cities. But no, we need an alien. And in Alien Resurrection, this takes place like 200-300 years after Aliens, I believe, or in Alien 3. The world is no longer governed by these dumbass corporations that are greedy. It's governed by the military, and we still have scientists that are obsessed with getting xenomorphs so we can use them for weaponry. Remember, this is a world that's military dominated, okay? Corporations are banned, cloning is used en masse, and autons exist. Robots are as closest to humans as possible and are used as soldiers for Earth, but no, we still need the xenomorphs badly for weapons. We need more weapons, bro. We need it. You goofy fucking goobers. You need weapons. I get it. The franchise has been telling us for a long time, corporations bad, human curiosity can lead us astray. I agree with both of these things. I think corporations are actively trying to control the world and politicians as we see it. If you don't think this is true, you're a fucking dumbass and are blind. Obviously, this has been the case since forever. They run off of profit. They want money. The corporations in this are beyond profit, by the way. They're just trying to do stupid shit. We need to be the best soldiers of the universe, even though we haven't discovered Star Trek level beings yet. But fuck it, we need to control over the space so in case a war happens. And I get it. Human curiosity can lead you astray. I get it. But this is fucking stupid now. And also, again, Predator Badlands, Weyland is a part of that story now, and you have synthetics. I guarantee you they're going to use Deck, the main predator, to get to a xenomorph. Again, why not just use the Predator technology? Why not be obsessed with the Predator tech? I know in some stories they've done this. In Predator 2018, they did it in AVPR. Weyland Yutani grabbed some of the Predator tech in that end credit scene or whatever. This makes sense. Hell, even going after the space jockey / engineer technology makes sense. But I will say, there's nothing conceptually special about the engineer ships. They have a piloting system. They have cryo chambers. None of this is relatively unique to what humans can do. Okay, but I understand why they would want that. But them? These slimy, serpentile, demon-esque aliens that are gross as fuck, you want them as your weapons instead of like Yaoja and shit? Like, it makes no sense, man. Weyland is just a dumbass company. When are we just need to let's just call a spade a spade. Weyland is filled to the brim with dumb fucks running the company into the ground. And maybe that's the point. But it just makes no sense. Even from a writing perspective, you can't convince me humans are just that dumb. I get it. People call me a misanthrope or whatever because they think I hate human beings. I think humans are just dumb. We're dumb as fuck and we let our emotions dictate everything we do half the time. But the human beings in this that run Weyland don't have IQ. They don't have IQ. Those are my thoughts on that. Right? I just wanted to rant about that because it's making less and less sense to me with Alien Earth literally showing that people like Wendy exist. Wendy is literally a goddess in what she can do. And we're like, no, we need this black serpent creature that is drooling everywhere and has acid blood. We need it for weapons. What the fuck? Like and subscribe.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me, or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zafy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one coke line at a time.